Brown and Nerdy.
Hey guys! Let's start that over. Hey nerds! I'm Jazmine.
And I'm Cheyenne.
And this is
Pretty Brown and Nerdy.
Hey nerds! I'm Jazmine.
I'm Cheyenne.
And we're
Pretty Brown and Nerdy. This is episode 3 of Nerd Talk.
I like black girls who nerdy, but when they dance they be saying ow.
So we're gonna talk about cartoons or cartoon characters or shows that should have live action adaptations. And you know there's a lot of those out there. There's a lot of those, but we're gonna give you our top 6. Number 1, Danny Phantom would be really good as a live action series. Or maybe even a movie.
I think more a live action series than a movie. You know, with a movie, it wouldn't be enough content to fit all in one because they'd have to pick like one story arc.
I feel like with Danny Phantom, there's just like a lot more action, there's a lot more story. It was just a really good cartoon. It was probably one of the best cartoons of that time.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would love to see him in a comic book. Like, I would just love to see more Danny Phantom. So I think it would be good as a live action series, but also I think it would be good as a movie just on its own. I feel like it has a strong enough story and strong enough characters to kind of hold its own as far as the movie
interesting
goes.
Villains too.
And
they have many villains to choose from. Number 2, my pick would be Saga, the comic series. It could go both ways. It could be a great movie. It could even be a great series. It's got everything that sci-fi fans love. It's got action, it's got romance, it's got very interesting characters. It's got diverse characters. Even Brian has been very vocal. The writer has been vocal in, you know, his interest in turning Saga into something live action. Maybe it would be a little too long to be a film because he said if, you know, it was a film, it would probably go way beyond the time limit for a film. So even as just a series, I feel like it would be really awesome to have, you know, such an interesting comic like that with such an interesting story of these two characters, you know, together. And I would just love to see Gwendolyn like in all of her full like live action black goddess beauty.
Yaya.
Like, that would just be yes, she would make a great Gwendolyn. Maybe Rosario Dawson as like you know, Alana. I think that would be great.
Alright, so this one, of course, I've been advocating for this for years, okay? Like, I'm sure even some people at DC already know that how I feel about this idea, but Teen Titans needs a live action. Why hasn't it happened yet? What are you guys doing, Warner Brothers? Like, what are you guys doing?
Such a huge pool of opportunity to bring in new young actors and actresses to do this show or this film.
Bring on Teen Titans, put Robin on the big screen, do him right. That's another way to put DC back on the map as far as movies go, man. Teen Titans, I feel like would make a better, or not animated, a better series like on the CW, but I also feel like
that would be a great CW show, and you can have so much fan and
so much can
media
be done with
interaction.
So much.
Oh my god.
You don't even have to use Batman.
Right. You don't.
You don't. But I feel something tells me the reason that they haven't used Robin or Nightwing for anything CW just yet, because he's obviously a key character. Like, he's a very popular character. I feel like they're saving him for a live action film, and I want that to be it so bad. Well, here's the thing. There was supposed to be a Teen Titans series already on TNT, on the TNT channel. I think that's what it's called. And they just scrapped it. I forgot what happened, but they ended up just scrapping it.
So my number 4 idea is something that has been pushed by fans for the longest time. It's been hinted at. We've even had little fan-made films of it just to see, you know, how it would possibly be. You know what I'm talking about. Legend of Zelda. As a series, any game, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, it could make a great film. Can you imagine Majora's Mask as a movie? Let's make it happen. You know, there's been so many rumors of, you know, supposed Netflix series.
Live action films in the States have been so trash. But I just feel like if they brought something like Zelda here, they would just screw it up entirely.
Overall, I feel like if they get the right team and the right people, just like, you know, Deadpool, you know, if they get someone who really knows the content, like, you know, Ryan Reynolds' new Deadpool, I feel like it could be a successful film.
Just ship everybody from Japan. Just ship everybody from Japan. I need Shigeru Miyamoto, the head of everything. I just need that. And if you can give that to me, I don't want it. I'll do that. the Red Hood, okay? I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are, where you're from. You know Under the Red Hood needs to be a movie. Probably the best DC animated film next to like Flashpoint Paradox, which I think would also make a great movie. Can you imagine if they put Red Hood on the big screen? One of the most popular DC characters. The guy who played Red Hood in the animated film is Jensen Ackles, I think. And if you look at him, girl, he's a ball of fine. I see Red Hood all over him. Every time I read a comic with Red Hood in it with Jason, I'm just like, this guy needs his moment to shine. He needs his time to shine.
Just keep the momentum going with characters that haven't had much of any sort of introduction in film, and just put them in the front lines. Because these characters are so interesting and so complex,
the storyline
and perfect for on screen.
I just need Jason on the big screen. Can you imagine the Under the Red Hood storyline on the big screen, guys?
Cool.
If you disagree with me, I really would like to know why.
Who do you think should direct it?
Because you're wrong. I don't know. I really don't know. I just know that it shouldn't be Zack Snyder.
I know that
it shouldn't be, like, no offense to him, but I feel like his mentality is way different.
I don't think he could really take on this story, to be honest with you.
I just do not trust Zack Snyder after watching like multiple interviews that he's done regarding Batman versus Superman. I just don't trust him. If Young Metro don't trust.
I feel that DotHack should be a movie. Watch it a few times. Okay, so the first time I watched it, I didn't quite understand it, but as I got a little older, I gave it a second chance, and I really love it. Now, if y'all like Sword Art Online and all that, that's child's play compared to DotHack. If you really want to get into the original OG of MMO type anime, DotHack is where it's at. The first DotHack trilogy that came out on the PlayStation 2, that would be a great live action movie. Aside from because the show and the games are a little different. So the games are, I feel, a lot more intense, and the story is a lot more interesting and takes you in compared to the anime.
Was it a game first or an anime first?
Well, they came out with the anime and then they came out with the games for it. But the games, I feel like, would make a great series if you take the story from the game. Now, DotHack GU could also be a great live action, especially with this day and age where we have like the whole concept of VR being introduced. It's the perfect time to have a live action film of it. It's a perfect time to do this. Like,
what a time. So that was this week's episode of Nerd Talk. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
What do you think?
What cartoon characters, what TV shows do you think should get live action adaptations? What comics? We want to know. Leave it in a comment below. And don't forget to also follow us on our social media. All links to those will be in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Show us some love as always.
And we'll see you on the next episode of Nerd Talk.